Have you ever wondered what it takes to revolutionize multiple industries from electric cars to space travel? Today we dive into the mind of the man behind Tesla, SpaceX, and more. Stay tuned to hear Elon Musk's journey from his humble beginnings to becoming one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shero, and I make a daily podcast with different and popular topics. Those who want to learn English and improve their speaking, please listen carefully until the end. This is the second episode of the Celebrity Interviews podcast. Get ready to meet Dubai, the modern city, and let's start the podcast. Hello, Elon. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing well, Shero. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Elon, let's start from the beginning. Can you tell us about your childhood and how it influenced who you are today?
Sure. I was born in Pretoria, South Africa. From a young age, I was very interested in technology and computing. I taught myself computer programming when I was about 12 and sold my first game, Blastar, for $500. I think growing up in South Africa gave me a unique perspective and drive to seek out new opportunities.
That's fascinating. How did you transition from a tech-savvy kid to becoming one of the world's leading entrepreneurs?
After moving to Canada and then the US for my education, I co-founded Zip2 with my brother Kimball. It was a city guide software for newspapers. We sold Zip2 for almost $300 million, which gave me the capital to start X.com, which later became PayPal. The sale of PayPal to eBay provided the financial foundation to pursue my more ambitious projects like SpaceX and Tesla.
Speaking of SpaceX and Tesla, what were the biggest challenges you faced when starting these companies?
SpaceX was incredibly challenging because starting a private space company was almost unheard of at the time. There was a lot of skepticism, and our first 3 launches failed, which nearly bankrupted the company. With Tesla, the challenge was proving that electric cars could be desirable and viable. There was significant resistance from the traditional auto industry and issues with scaling production.
Many people see you as a very successful individual, but can you share some of your notable failures and what you learned from them?
Failures are a big part of my journey. The early failures of SpaceX launches taught me resilience and the importance of perseverance. Tesla faced near bankruptcy in 2008, and we had to secure funding at the last minute. These experiences taught me the value of never giving up, constantly innovating, and learning from mistakes.
You've often talked about your vision for the future. What drives you to keep pushing boundaries, and what are your ultimate goals?
I'm driven by the desire to solve problems that will impact the future of humanity. With SpaceX, the goal is to make life multiplanetary and ensure humanity's survival in the event of a catastrophe on Earth. With Tesla, it's about accelerating the transition to sustainable energy. I believe that working on projects that can change the world for the better is incredibly motivating.
You're known as one of the richest people in the world. How do you feel about this title, and what does wealth mean to you?
Wealth for me is a resource to achieve ambitious goals. It's not about personal luxury, but about funding projects that can make a significant difference. Being one of the richest people allows me to invest in innovative ideas and technologies that might not get funding otherwise.
Let's talk about your work ethic. What does a typical day in the life of Elon Musk look like?
I usually split my time between Tesla and SpaceX, with occasional days dedicated to other ventures like Neuralink and the Boring Company. My days are packed with meetings, design reviews, and problem-solving sessions. I believe in working hard, and often put in 80 to 100-hour weeks to ensure everything is on track.
How do you balance work and personal life, especially with such a demanding schedule?
Balancing work and personal life is challenging, and I haven't always been successful at it. I try to spend quality time with my kids and make sure to be present during important moments. It's a constant effort to find that balance, but having a supportive team and clear priorities helps.
You mentioned Neuralink and the Boring Company. Can you share more about these ventures and their goals?
Neuralink aims to create a direct interface between the human brain and computers, which could revolutionize how we interact with technology and help treat neurological conditions. The Boring Company focuses on reducing traffic congestion through the construction of underground tunnels for transportation systems. Both projects are about solving significant problems and improving quality of life.
What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs who look up to you?
My advice is to focus on solving important problems that you are passionate about. Be prepared to work hard and face numerous challenges. It's essential to learn from failures and persist through tough times. Surround yourself with talented people who share your vision and never lose sight of your goals.
Elon, thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey and insights with us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Shero. It's been great talking with you and sharing my story with your audience.
Elon, you have had quite a journey so far. Looking ahead, what are some of the next big milestones you're aiming for with your various projects?
With SpaceX, the immediate goal is to achieve regular and reliable crewed missions to Mars. We're also working on the Starship program to make space travel more affordable and accessible. For Tesla, we want to continue improving our electric vehicle technology, expand our solar and energy storage solutions, and develop full self-driving capabilities. With Neuralink, we're focusing on making our brain-computer interface technology more advanced and eventually helping people with severe neurological conditions. The Boring Company is working on expanding its tunnel projects to reduce urban congestion significantly.
That's a lot of ambitious projects. How do you maintain your motivation and energy levels to keep pushing forward?
I think passion for the projects and their potential impact keeps me going. It's also about having a great team that shares the vision and works hard towards these goals. I try to stay healthy, get enough sleep when possible, and remain focused on the bigger picture. The excitement of what these technologies could achieve in the future is a huge motivator.
You often emphasize the importance of innovation. How do you foster a culture of innovation within your companies?
Innovation comes from a willingness to take risks and challenge the status quo. I encourage my teams to think big and not be afraid of failure. We have a culture of open communication where ideas can be freely shared and discussed. We also invest in R&D and provide the necessary resources for experimentation. By creating an environment where innovation is valued and supported, we can continually push the boundaries of what's possible.
You've mentioned the importance of having a talented team. What qualities do you look for when building your teams?
I look for people who are not only highly skilled, but also share a passion for the mission. It's crucial to have individuals who are driven, innovative, and able to work well in a team environment. Problem-solving abilities and a willingness to learn and adapt are also key qualities. Ultimately, having a diverse team with different perspectives can lead to more creative solutions and better outcomes.
With all the success you've achieved, how do you handle criticism and setbacks?
Criticism is part of the journey, and it's important to take it constructively. I try to listen to feedback, evaluate its validity, and make improvements where necessary. Setbacks are inevitable, but they are also opportunities to learn and grow. It's about staying resilient, keeping a positive attitude, and continually striving to do better.
Looking back at your career, is there anything you would have done differently?
There are always things you could have done differently with the benefit of hindsight. However, each mistake or misstep has provided valuable lessons. If I had to pinpoint one thing, it might be to have been more cautious about certain timelines and expectations. But overall, I'm grateful for the experiences and the path that has led me to where I am today.
Many people find your work ethic and dedication inspiring. What personal sacrifices have you made to achieve your goals?
I've certainly made sacrifices in my personal life, particularly with time spent with family and friends. The demanding nature of my work means long hours and significant stress. Balancing work and personal life has been a continuous challenge. However, I'm fortunate to have a supportive family and a great team, which makes it easier to manage.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to touch on the topic of innovation in renewable energy. Tesla has been at the forefront of electric vehicle technology. How do you see the future of sustainable transportation evolving?
I believe the future of transportation is electric. We're seeing a global shift towards cleaner, more sustainable energy sources, and electric vehicles play a significant role in that transition. As battery technology continues to improve and costs come down, we'll see electric vehicles become more accessible to a broader range of consumers. Additionally, advancements in autonomous driving technology will revolutionize the way we commute and travel.
That's an exciting vision for the future. You've also been a vocal advocate for renewable energy and combating climate change. How do you think technology can address some of the most pressing environmental challenges we face today?
Technology has a crucial role to play in addressing climate change. From renewable energy sources like solar and wind to energy storage solutions and electric transportation, there are numerous innovations that can help reduce carbon emissions and mitigate the impacts of climate change. Additionally, technologies like carbon capture and storage and advancements in sustainable agriculture can contribute to a more sustainable future.
As we near the end of our conversation, I'd like to ask a more personal question. What motivates you to keep pushing the boundaries of innovation and entrepreneurship despite the challenges you face?
I'm motivated by the desire to make a positive impact on the world and leave a legacy that benefits future generations. Whether it's advancing space exploration, accelerating the transition to sustainable energy, or improving human health through technology, I believe in the power of innovation to solve some of the world's most pressing problems. It's an exciting time to be alive, and I'm grateful to be able to contribute to shaping the future.
Thank you once again, Elon, for taking the time to speak with us today. Your insights have been invaluable, and I'm sure our listeners have found them incredibly inspiring.
Thank you, Shero. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing how your podcast continues to inspire and educate your audience.
Elon, thank you once again for this insightful conversation. It's been truly inspiring to hear about your journey and vision for the future.
Thank you, Shero. It's been a pleasure to share my experiences with your audience. I'm glad to be a part of your podcast.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow or subscribe to hear more conversations with incredible individuals like Elon Musk. Stay curious, stay inspired, and until next time, this has been Celebrity Interviews with Shero. The Interviews with Shero.